You are under attack. You are at war. The enemy is not a foreign nation. It is not an extremist group. It is right here in the United States. You may have already met with the enemy this morning. The food we eat is killing us. It's killing us painfully and slowly through lifestyle diseases such as cancer, heart disease, obesity, diabetes. The average American is now overweight but malnourished. How do you be overweight and malnourished? Surely overweight is overnourished. But that's not quite true. Take a can of soda, for instance. 140 calories, 39 grams of added sugar. If you were to drink that can of soda, you would take on those 140 calories, the 39 grams of sugar. With no fiber to slow the release of the sugar will hit your liver hard. That liver will instantly turn that sugar into fat, which will be stored in your body. If you drank that soda, it will be 39 grams heavier. Your liver will be working overtime. That amount of sugar will suppress your immune system, probably for the rest of the day, leaving you susceptible to disease and infection. And what does your body get out of this? Nothing. No protein, no fiber, no vitamins, no minerals. It's starving. If you followed a diet like this for a long time, you can see how it could become overweight, yet malnourished. According to 2012 figures from the Center for Disease Control, of Americans aged 19 and over 19, 69% are now overweight. 35% are obese. It seems like the whole nation is living this way. Over 10 years ago, former US Surgeon General Richard Carmona said in a speech, due to increasing obesity rates, poor diet, lack of physical activity, we may see the first generation to be less healthy and have a shorter life than their parents. This is the first time this has ever happened. So what's causing this? I'll really talk briefly about soda. We talked about what one can do for you, and hopefully that's off the menu for you for now, if it wasn't already. As a nation, the United States spends $74 billion a year on soft drinks. $74 billion a year on a product proven to increase your chances of contracting type 2 diabetes. A life-debilitating, life-shortening disease. On top of that, you as a nation are spending $245 billion treating diabetes. That seems a little strange to me. $74 billion promoting a disease, $245 billion treating the disease. What are the other contributing factors to these lifestyle diseases? Overconsumption of meat is a big factor. The meat industry is a catastrophic failure. Just a few companies control the whole market, producing more and more and more lower quality products, exploiting animals, workers, farmers, and you. 10 billion animals a year are slaughtered in the US alone for food. They are raised in appalling conditions from birth to death. Cattle are fed on corn instead of grass, their natural diet. This makes their stomachs a breeding ground for E. coli. E. coli that finds its way into the meat that you consume in restaurants and markets. 100 million pounds of beef was recalled last year due to E. coli outbreaks. Most chickens never see sunlight. They can't move because they're crammed in so tightly and fed a diet that fattens them up so quickly they can't move even if they wanted to. How do you think this affects the end product? Cattle ranchers' share of each dollar of beef sold has fallen from 62 cents to 42 cents in 20 years. 40% of them in this time have gone out of business. The remaining 60% are in financial turmoil. Chicken farmers receive approximately 16 cents per chicken they raise. 16 cents for the life of a chicken. There are other factors as well. According to UN figures, the livestock industry is a bigger contributor to global warming than transport, planes, trains, and automobiles. If we want to tackle global warming, one of the biggest global issues should we be focusing on regulating how the livestock industry functions. Then there's you, the end user. There's an old saying, the only people who don't eat the sausages are the people who work in the sausage factory. Because they see what goes on behind the scenes. I'll bet if you were to see how the animals you eat were raised, the conditions they were in, how they were fed, and how this affects the end product, you would think twice about where you bought your meat from. Let's have a quick vote, just to see the magnitude of this problem. Who is responsible for the death of more US citizens? Answer number 1, Adolf Hitler. Answer number 2, Ronald McDonald. Please, hands up for Adolf Hitler. Oh! Hands up for Ronald McDonald. Oh, okay, we've got a big vote there. I might have swayed you a little bit. Let's see the results. 418,500 US citizens, not just soldiers, died in World War II as a result of Adolf Hitler's actions. Just under 1.2 million US citizens died in 2013 alone from lifestyle diseases. Just under 600,000 from cancer, over 600,000 from heart disease. Now obviously I'm using Ronald McDonald as the face of the entire fast food, soda and processed food industry. He's not the only culprit. But we can see this is a big problem. You may argue that smoking is a bigger contributing factor to you contracting one of these deadly lifestyle diseases. Dr. Sachs of UCSD, who heads up a program educating people going through chemotherapy treatment on how a plant-based diet can help them recover, has said that according to much cancer research, we're now seeing that diet is possibly the biggest contributing factor, even above smoking. There is hope though. You can win the war. I have a friend named Stuart Dodds, who is an organic chef. He specializes in healing people's diseases and illnesses through his cooking. One of his most famous clients, San Diego's own LT. When LT met Stuart, he was 5 years into his career, complaining of aches, pains, joint issues, fatigue, and lack of energy. Stuart prescribed LT a strict plant-based organic diet. LT followed Stuart's instructions, and pretty soon, LT reported more energy, no fatigue, less joint and muscle pains. That year, he broke many NFL records and received the NFL's MVP award. There are countless stories out there like LT's. Terminally ill patients recovering after making dietary changes. People on their way to an early grave who eschew the diet adopted by their peers and that they've adopted for a lifetime, choosing an organic plant-based diet and recovering. The best leaders and entrepreneurs in the world are the people that say, what if? What if it's possible? What if you change your diet and you could immunize yourself from cancer, heart disease, diabetes? This is where you can make a big difference. Please everyone, raise your right hand. Good, good. Take that right hand and reach into your pocket. In your pocket, you will find these. $. Every one of these you spend in the supermarket, farmer's market, restaurant is a vote. A vote for the foods you want to see more of. This is the only thing food manufacturers will understand. They will follow your votes. Buy more locally produced organic vegetables. Buy locally produced, responsibly farmed meats. Vote with your wallet. You can make all the difference to make a brighter future for generations to come.